The number of gang members and affiliates in prison has soared 80% in the past 5 years to a level never seen before. 5 years ago, there were about 2,300 gang members and affiliates. In March this year, that number had risen to around 4,300. That means prisoners with gang links make up 40% of the total muster of 10,600 inmates. The fastest growth is coming from American-style street gangs who are targeting prison officers with more vicious attacks. Alex Beard with this exclusive report.
Our prisons are becoming more violent and more unpredictable, change driven by a new generation of LA-style street gangs.
Worst I've seen, officers, lying in a pool of blood, officers being smacked around with a pool cue. There's been staff there lost an eye.
Traditional gangs still have the numbers. The mongrel mob has the most members or associates at 1,100. Black Power has about 780. Corrections won't give an exact number for Crips, but they're third. Killer Bees are fourth, up more than 200% in 5 years. Headhunters are up 237%, and Bloods are sixth, although again, no number from Corrections.
They are younger, they are more prone to violence. They're willing to go further and do more than perhaps we'd seen before.
Chief Custodial Officer Neil Beals is taken aback by the speed of growth in gangs such as the Killer Bees and Crips. They're different to the mongrel mob and Black Power, dominated by young men and lacking older members to keep them in line. He says Corrections is having to adapt with new equipment, approaches and training.
Some of those older gang members from some of the older gangs will tell you that it's different, and these young lads, are far more dangerous than anyone had necessarily predicted.
And the type of violence is far worse.
This isn't just about, somebody getting a right hook or a left jab in the yards. We're talking, more weaponised assaults or stamping on heads, or stamping on people's backs, and more vicious, more pack attacks.
Ray Seal is one of those on the front line. He's also been attacked.
At times, you question whether you should still be in the job or should you go leave, in terms of, going back home to your families in one piece.
The trends have taken researchers and Corrections by surprise.
So I thought that those younger gangs would be absorbed into our traditional gang structures. That hasn't occurred.
Researcher Jared Gilbert says these gangs are driven by a materialistic culture which glamorises an MTV-style gang life.
Recruitment has occurred in earnest for the first time in a long time, and they've become, for want of a better term, back in vogue.
Corrections knows it has a real problem with gangs and is trying to tackle them with a new 5-year strategy, aiming to contain and disrupt their activities in prison. Alex Beard, News Hub.